Hey Porter Ranch families, my name is Dr. Dadju. I'm a board certified orthodontist and we're celebrating our 14th year here in Porter Ranch. Today I want to talk to you about pacifiers in your young kids, and I want to give you my own personal philosophy on this and discuss how I raised my daughter without a pacifier and why I did this and what I think is best. You're welcome to take this information and decide for yourself. But I can tell you, as an experienced orthodontist, I have seen a lot of damage caused by pacifiers in kids. So essentially, I think the official recommendation is that pacifiers are okay to be used up until the age of 4. I wholeheartedly disagree with this recommendation, and I'll tell you why, okay? I have seen personally so many cases where kids have come in through using extended pacifier use. And what it does, it applies several different types of forces. Number one, the pacifier itself in between the teeth creates an opening of the bite. We call this an open bite. Usually, just removing the pacifier itself is enough to correct it. However, after a child has extensively gotten used to using a pacifier as a coping mechanism for stresses that they endure in their everyday life, it can be difficult to break a habit that they've been used to for 4 years. What we see a lot of the times happening is that after the pacifier is removed, the child still needs something to soothe themselves when they're sleeping, throughout the day, when they're hungry, when they're stressed, when they're scared, whatever it might be. And once the pacifier is removed, guess what happens? What most commonly happens is that they go to the thumb. When the thumb goes in, it's game over. It's really, really difficult to break a thumb habit because the thumb is attached to the hand, so they always have it. And they get into a habit of falling asleep with the thumb in the mouth, sucking on it, again, causing that open bite. And then even more notoriously, the sucking habit applies a pressure from the cheeks that narrows the upper jawbone. And so not only do you end up having an opening in the front where the teeth are separated and not coming together, unsightly, as well as creating a swallowing pattern for the future that's deleterious and harmful. But now, the pressure of the cheeks are also causing a narrowing of the upper jawbone. So a lot of times we see a bad bite created that lasts well into ages 6 and 7 when they're going to school with an open bite and a narrow jaw. These narrowing of the jaws causes severe problems in the future, like dental crowding, and more to come. I'm happy to tell you more about the issues of a narrow upper jaw, but it is a big problem. And a lot of times what we have to do then is use expanders and appliances that can be uncomfortable to correct the problem that could have been avoided. So, I recently had a daughter. Our daughter is about a year and a half years old. I didn't allow her to use a pacifier. There were a few days when we got home from the hospital that my daughter was using a pacifier, but as I watched her using it and I evaluated her neuromuscular training and sucking on it, I didn't like what I was seeing. And so I spoke with my wife about it and we stopped. We stopped pacifier use. Our daughter never used a pacifier. And I think that saved us in a lot of ways. Number one, she's able to cope with the stresses of her life in healthier ways. Number two, her teeth are developing really great. Her smile looks great. I love the way that her little teeth are. She's so darn cute. Sorry, just a proud dad moment. The reason why I'm telling you this is because I'm trying to help you, and I want you to understand that there are other options besides a pacifier. Again, I'm going against the grain here. The official recommendation is that it's fine, but in my own personal experience, I don't like pacifiers. I don't recommend using them. And I've had a lot of patients come into our office who we've had to work with trying to break a pacifier habit or trying to break a thumb sucking habit. And those can be difficult, and it's difficult for the family as well. You can recognize if this is becoming a problem in your own family through a number of ways. If you are giving a pacifier to your little kid because they're crying and you're stressed out, you really need to think, am I doing the best thing for my daughter, for my son, by giving them a pacifier because they're being loud or whiny and I just need some peace and quiet in the house? Is the pacifier for the child? Is the pacifier for the parent? Something that you have to evaluate, you have to answer for can tell you is what I see, and I see a lot of problems with pacifiers. The other thing is the pacifier, a lot of the tips are made out of plastic. Do you really want, there was a recent study that came out showing how much microplastics are absorbed into the body. Do you really want your little kid sucking on a piece of plastic all day and all night? Forget about what I said about the narrowing of the upper jawbone and the problems with the bite and the problems with the teeth. Do you really want your kids sucking on plastic? Again, this isn't a health recommendation for you. I'm just sharing with you my own experience and my own recommendation. And if you come to our office, we see people of all ages. We serve families here in Porter Ranch and the surrounding areas of Granada Hills, Northridge, Sylmar, Lancaster, Palmdale. People come from all over seeking our expertise here in the office. We utilize emerging technologies like 3D scanning. We have a professional team that is here to serve you. And if you do come in, we can evaluate what's going on within the family dynamic, within that child itself, and see if the pacifier is causing any damage or not. I always believe an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. And so if this is something that is resonating with you, please feel free to reach out. You can learn more by visiting us online at prorthodontist.com, or you could call us or text us at 818-831-7600. My name is Dr. Dadju. I'm a board certified orthodontist, and it's a pleasure seeing you on this video. Thank you.